Good morning. I'm going to talk today about a paper from 2006 in Nature, which is Red Wine Procyanidins and Vascular Health by Draw et al. Draw et al. Tried to point out that there is an association of red wine consumption and contents within the red wine in different regions of France and overall vascular health. First of all, it is important to know that there are certain peptides which are showing an effect on vascular diseases, like for example ET1. Polyphenols found in red wine are shown to have an inhibiting effect on the peptide synthesis of ET1, thus being able to lower maybe the effect favoring vascular diseases. First of all, the paper which tries to point that out focuses mainly on Cabernet Sauvignon, which is problematic because they are only comparing one type of wine. Secondly, the compared parameter in this paper is the longevity of male population. You cannot compare the longevity of the male population and say that this is immediately the same like comparing the vascular health of these people. This means Corder et al. Investigated the OPC contents of several wines, comparing them to the different regions where they were produced, and they tell in the paper that they found that the region of Skern in the middle of France has the highest OPC values and also the highest longevity in the male population, which is actually wrong when you have a look at the raw data available in the supplementary materials of the paper, where you can clearly see that in the Limousin region, most notably in the Département de Creuse, there is an much higher longevity in the population than in Skern, although there is no wine production at all. Secondly, the brief communication publication with just one page just provides one figure to support the claims of the authors, but actually the data shown in the figure is not really supporting the postulation that red wine consumption reasons better vascular health. It only shows a comparison of the OPC content of different wines and its effect on inhibition, which is clearly known before because it is logical that a higher OPC concentration reasons a less much needed amount of wine to get the same inhibition effect. Secondly, they're using a log scale on the y-axis in order to distort the data to have a better comparison to another figure in figure 1. So it really seems in this paper like they're playing around with data to make their point, although a lot of that stuff in the paper is not really as clear as they try to point it out. So in conclusion, it's not really understandable why Nature published this paper, because you see the main point made by the authors in their publication, but you don't really can see the data supporting this conclusion. And yeah, that's the most questionable thing about the paper.
Thank you, Ralph. That was very good. As usual, I have some feedback for you. The first feedback contains the ideas for the overall presentation. Did you notice that you had many sentences with several ands?
Certainly, yes.
Yeah, and this leads me to the second point, is that you were tending to speak in rather long, complicated sentences. Make them short, make them complete. In terms of vocabulary and pronunciation, there were some very good words you used, like postulation and distort. But you could have improved one or two other words, like wrong, incorrect, inaccurate, imprecise, and a couple of little pronunciation specials, which I'm sure you're used to. Can you repeat vascular for me?
Vascular.
Now bite your bottom lip. No.
Vascular.
Yeah, it's not a it's a
Vascular.
Yeah, there we are. Longevity.
Longevity.
Very good. And wine.
Wine.
Yeah. Okay. As usual, it's this V sound which you need to practice, and if you improve that, you will have a quantum jump in pronunciation. Thank you for coming and giving us your time.
Thanks.